Hi and welcome to Stepmum podcast. So I'm Veronica, I'm a relationship coach and I mainly work with moms, stepmoms and co-parents. And this episode is about the summer holidays, but not just summer holidays. It's more about when it comes to co-parenting and step-parenting, we can't just take holidays and go on holidays whenever we like. We really have to, the whole blended family and co-parents have to put their schedules together and finances and everything to figure it out what to do. And it can be really stressful for all of us. And I would like to today focus slightly more on the step parent side, but in a way that I will explain or I will share how the other sides can feel as well, especially that. My experience of summer holidays could be really interesting because sometimes I feel like I'm very excited, but at the same time, as soon as my stepdaughter comes here and she's here for a longer period of time, I feel like everything goes out of the window. I feel a bit more stressed. I don't even know why sometimes, because she's helping with my little one. We split the responsibilities and stuff around the house. So it's not like it should be stressful, but it is still some kind of way triggering. One of the things that I experienced in the past was the resentment and anger, because my husband and I, we work from home. So a lot of people think that we can just do whatever we want with our time, which is not true, because we obviously have to, schedule that, or especially him. So we can't just take 1 week off because we work from home. It just doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that. And one thing is I just also was resentful for was that my husband wouldn't normally take days off during a weekdays, so he would usually work and then have a weekend off. And suddenly he can have a days off, and suddenly he was spending more time with her than with me. And I became a bit angry about it, or resentful, because I was like, how come suddenly he has that time? It got slightly worse when we have our child together. So this is something that I know a lot of stepmoms are dealing with, that how come he suddenly have a time? How come he suddenly can do that? And why he wouldn't take normally days off during a week to be with our little one? What is the problem? Does he love her more, or where is this coming from? And it can really I can really make it mean everything about myself, and just thinking this is my thing and this is my problem. In a way, it's no, I need to stop and look at it differently, because and I will come back to why he is doing what he's doing. But yeah, absolutely, I envy sometimes that stepdaughter, which is sometimes what are you envy? Yeah. And one thing is you need to be careful about, or I had to be careful about in the past, about jealousy and envy, because I always thought, I'm jealous of her having the time with him. And in fact, I was envious, because for me, quick explanation: jealousy, 3 people situation, and you have there is a real threat of losing that person. This best explanation: if someone would be flirting with my husband, I get jealous because she is the threat, or him, and I would be worried about losing my husband. But when I look at this as a jealousy, or envy, it's about it's different. It suddenly becomes something else, because I envy the person lack of there's something I have a lack of. So for example, the stepdaughter time, I envy her because she has the extra time with my husband that I don't have during the weekdays, or my little one doesn't have it. So there is the difference between the envy and jealousy. And as soon as you recognize it and start thinking about it differently, you will see it's way better to manage the feelings. So when I was jealous, I could be angry about her, or I could be angry about, or angry at that person. But now it's like, no, I actually envy something what I don't have. So I need to, communicate what I need. I need to communicate what I want. I need to take responsibility for, being upset and not being in a communication with my husband, simply by telling him how I feel and what I want and what I need and what I think my, our son needs or deserve, speaking for him. And so that's the thing, like as soon as you recognize the jealousy and envy, you will be able to shift that, because how I said before, in the jealousy you can be just angry at that person but not being able to do anything else or move on. So that's really helpful. That helped me through my stepmom journey a lot, knowing this difference. Another thing I kind of find challenging is the planning, what I said before, just planning all the stuff you need to plan ahead of having the summer holiday. But I was clear with my husband when we kind of got serious, and I said, like, if we have a children, in the future, I will be taking them home a lot to see my family. So I'm planning a lot of holidays without them, and I feel sometimes bad. He will not see his dad for like 2 weeks sometimes, but there's something I wanted, I needed, and my family needs it, and I need to put myself first and my son's needs first as well. So planning separate holidays from your blended family, I think it's absolutely okay, and it's fine, and it shouldn't be feeling any kind of sense of guilt or shame or disrespect, as long as you communicate that and you don't go with like, oh, now I'm going. You don't go with anger. If you go with like planning and proper communication with your partner, I think separate holidays are a brilliant thing. Take a little break and just have that special time with your children or your friends, or just with your own, whatever you want to do, just do it. And I would just explain why I feel about this so strongly, because when I was kid, my parents they worked really hard, but they made sure that on a holiday around summer, we went on one holiday as a family together, and then my dad went with my brother on a holiday, and me and my mom went on a holiday. So they were doing like the boy stuff, and we did the lady stuff, or we just went on a biking trips with my moms as well, on like biking holidays. But we were doing it in our pace. We wanted to do whatever we wanted to do, and it was brilliant. And we were in a family. We were not blended family or divorced parents, but we managed to have this special time by our with my mom, because I didn't really want to go on a holiday with my dad, to be honest. And I had that holiday with my dad when we were on a holiday as a whole family. So don't feel guilty if you want that. If you want the separate holidays with your own children, I'm pretty sure I'm doing it already with Theo. I know I'm not going on like fancy or any kind of holidays. I'm going back home, but this is my way of holiday. And do I feel really guilty? No, definitely not about my stepdaughter. Absolutely not, because I put myself first, and it's important. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. Even dads, or they don't want to go on a separate holidays because they feel like they would, it will make someone feel unloved or not worth it. No, just really, create whatever works for you and your family, and as a whole unit. Another thing that comes to comparing in the summer holiday is that usually the one house is the fun house, and the other house is kind of the serious one. And I don't know, it's like I've heard so many step parents and co-parents talking about it, that like, oh yeah, I'm the mom, I have to be strict one, and they go to their dads and they come back and they're like, oh, we've done this and we've done that, but I don't have the time for doing it, or I don't have the finances doing it. So there's always the comparing the fun house and the serious house. And I feel for both of them, because the fun house sometimes needs to, they think that they have to drop everything to create a fun, to compensate for what they don't get in the other home. And that was our, like, my husband thinking in the past as well, that is like, oh, we need to create that, we need to have the fun, because I'm not sure what they're doing when she's with her mom. So it was the whole thing, like comparing and making sure that our home is the better home, or is the fun home, and have an extra fun because they don't have it, because their mom is working, so she can't do that, but we can do it because we are working from home. And all this mess of excuses and reasons, it's as long as you can do it and you feel comfortable and you feel like it's not, you don't sacrifice a lot, like financially, emotionally, in terms of your own energy, like do it. Have the fun house, drop everything for a week and have that. But if you know that you can't do it, or it's not working for you very well, then you need to have the conversation with your partner and have that balance, and create a balance. I had to do that. I had to communicate. And I feel like every time I have a conversation with my husband, because there was the time when I said, oh yeah, you go out, have time together, have fun. And then when they were out, I was working, cleaning, cooking, and they got back here, they have their dinner and they crash watching TV, they show they want to watch. And I was like, I don't want to watch this show. So I go and watch something by myself, which was okay. But then again, I was like, well, this doesn't really work, does it? Like, I do all the work and they just have a fun. So I had a conversation with my husband. It's like, okay, this is not working for me. I have to really work now, especially when I have a Theo. I need to focus on some stuff. I have a little toddler attached to me whole day, so don't expect me to make dinner. I will sort out myself and Theo, but sometimes I'm not going to cook your chicken because I'm vegetarian, and like, I don't want to do that. I don't have the time, or I have a leftovers from yesterday, so I'm not going cooking, the whole new family dinner today. And again, it sounds silly, like, oh yeah, she doesn't want to cook. No, it's like putting myself first. If I don't feel like cooking, I'm not going to cook. As selfish as it sounds, I don't care. I stop giving a crap about what other people think, or if someone will hear me here or somewhere and saying, oh, she doesn't cook dinner. And what? Did he clean the house? Did he cook the dinners, 5 days in a row? Or 7 days in a row before? No. So why I should make one single dinner which I don't want to make? It's absolutely fine. So if you have them, like, go and have fun, but something there doesn't work for you in that the holiday thing setup, then you need to communicate that. You need to say, okay, I'm not doing this, or I don't want to do it. And it really helped me, because before I was driving myself crazy and I was doing everything, and then I obviously had a massive meltdown and breakdown and everything, and my husband was looking at me and just like, but I never asked you to do everything. I never really asked you need to cook every day, you need to clean the house by yourself. Why you didn't say anything? Because you told us, yeah, you go have fun, and now you're coming and telling me that, like, all this crap. I was like, and I was like, oh, okay, this hurts. But he is right. I didn't communicate, and I was responsible for creating my own upset and resentment. Nobody else, just me. So when it comes to summer holidays, it works exactly the same. You need to be really clear on your financial expectations when it comes to holidays, the time you will have, you will be requested or asked to look after stepchildren. You need to be crystal clear on, house, choices, or whatever you have in your house, or whatever, kind of arrangement you have. You have to be crystal clear on what you want, and you are expecting, or you are okay doing it. Another thing I would like is, I asked my husband about how he is with this whole summer, or like spending extra time. And it's not just summer, by the way, it's like the kids have so many days off from school. It's unbelievable. So I feel like every time is some kind of holiday. They go to school for 2 months and they back for 2 weeks holiday again. So, it's not just summer. It's the whole year long. And I asked my husband, it's like, okay, like, how come you just can drop off everything and focus on your stepdaughter being here, and then you're obviously stressing and catching up on your work, and I can't, then I have to deal with that stress. And it's like how come, or like what makes you to do that? And he said, because there's 10 years difference between my stepdaughter and my son. She's 12, he's going to be 2 in November. So, there is a big gap. And he said, look, for number one reason, I don't spend that much time with her. So any time I can spend with her is a great time. And I want to really enjoy it. Because number two reason is she's growing up. At some point soon, she will start, asking me like, do I need to come? I want to be with my friends. She will go to college at some point, and she's not gonna be coming here very often. Or all these little things when they grew up and they just don't want to be with you anymore, or they don't want to do the things with you. So that sometimes have a really, really limited window to enjoy these things, especially when they cannot wait to do the big kid things. So going to festivals and stay late and have like proper fun. My husband was saying, I can finally take her to like a robot war or wrestling and stuff like that. Silly things, big things you cannot do with the little one. And I get that. When he said that, I'm like, I get that, because now he has the little toddler, and it's like, you can't really do a lot with the little toddler, or you can do, but it's just complicated. So I get it. He wants to do the grown-up things with his daughter in this very limited time he has, because it's gonna be over at some point. I hope not, but it may be really, really soon. Another thing a lot of dads are dealing is with guilt. So guilt, what I was saying before, the other house is not a fun house, so they need to, kind of compensate this fun thing. It's about not seeing the kids very often. It's whole divorce all over again, or leaving them, the breaking the family reason all again. So dads are dealing with a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of stress. I know co-parenting dads or single dads that they are really finding hard to respect themselves in terms of work balance and the family, because they would love to work, they would love to do that, but at the same time they have to postpone it for the kids. So they find this really hard, which can impact massively their mood or what they do. So I had to learn that I need to be patient with my husband, but at the same time voicing my opinion, or voicing what I need, what my needs are, what I want for this holiday. And no matter what it is, it can be as silly as you want. As long as you say it, then you can have a request. Okay, you're requesting this, and then the other person, your partner, can accept this request, deny it, or you can come up with a compromise. So just have the conversation. It's simple as that. Just saying that, okay, this doesn't work for me. I get you want to have fun, you want to go all day away with the kids, but this is what I need from you. There are step parents who which are not working during summer, or their work is limited during summer. And again, if you feel like suddenly you become a babysitter, babysitter because you are the one who is off, but you don't like that, again, you need to say it, because nobody else is responsible for taking the actions or speaking up. Like, there's nobody that will come and push me to have the conversation. There's nobody who will come and push me to realize that I'm unhappy about something. I know that. I know that if I'm unhappy about something, I know that. And I know that I have to speak up. And it's just important, like really, really for co-parents and step-parents, just speak up. And not in a way like demanding or like, oh, this is not what I'm doing. You can always say like, okay, I know we thought it's working, this system or this agreement, but it's not working for me anymore. And I had that with my husband, in the past, because suddenly I came with crying and I just like, this is not working for me. And he said, you never said anything. Why you didn't say anything? And I was like, okay, just don't go to why I didn't say anything, or let's not get to that upset. Let's just say, okay, this is not working for me anymore. Can we do something else? Can we change what we are doing? And take it from there, because yeah, it's up to you, and it's up to me how I create my life and my step parenting relationship, or relationship with my husband, and it's just up to me. It's no one else. You can obviously have a conversation with your friend, kind of get it out of your chest. Just contact me if you want. Just get that, sometimes the nastiness, the things like, I wish she never came for the holiday. Oh, I wish there was something. Oh, the COVID. Oh, we got COVID, so she can't come. All these things and thoughts, as dark as they are in your head, and they are in my head for sure. So talk to your friend who understands. Talk to me, because I understand where you're coming from, and take it from there. And then create the holidays and summers the way you want it, because you are not the one who needs to make the sacrifices. You're not the one who needs to do that. And definitely I'm not the one who needs to do that. It's about creating the right balance, if you like, or whatever works for you. So that's me for today. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Please do subscribe, comment, whatever you can do. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Lots of love.